Que onda, vatos locos? It's your boy Dave in the 702 for Tailgate Talk Week 14. Drew Evo, I'm feeling myself. Drew.
Whoa, pause. Yo, we gotta keep this PG, bro, with some type of shit. You're killing yourself.
You said the first
you
cuss word.
Sick freak.
You said the first cuss word. Hey, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, my co-host all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish Drew Evo for Tailgate Talk Week 14. And Drew and I had a little wager last week, and it turns out Drew's got to pay up. I agreed that whoever won this bet would have to pay up Monday after the Devin Haney fight, which is in San Francisco, of all things. And that being that Drew lost, next Monday, he's agreed to sing nothing but high praises for Ryan Garcia and Canelo Alvarez. And there is some news in both directions, Drew, because today I heard that Canelo has 3 choices he's thinking about in May, and we'll cover that next Monday. That being said, welcome to Tailgate Talk Week 14, everybody, where we break down the power rankings, our top power ranking teams, and of course our picks for Week 14, starting off with Thursday Night Football. And let's talk about it, Drew. We had the NFC playoff championship game rematch with the Eagles that were essentially almost undefeated. And the 49ers, who everybody had begun to write off because of a 3-game losing streak. People accused Brock Purdy of not being the one, of not having the mental fortitude, as we like to say, as being a Ryan Garcia. But let me just show everybody this. Let me show you all this. Since losing 3 games straight, since that bye week, week 10, this one's for you, Johnny. I know you're out there, Johnny Savage. Smoked the Jaguars by 31 points. Beat the Buccaneers by 13. Beat our division rivals by 18. And then beat America's number 1 team by 23 points. So I gotta ask Drew what happened, because you guys are facing a team this Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys, that you've said maybe the Eagles are now America's team. Maybe the Eagles are America's team. And Dak Prescott is 14-0 playing in that stadium Canelo Alvarez loves so much. Canelo Alvarez loves the Dallas Cowboys stadium, and so does Dak Prescott, because he's 14-0 at home. Will he go 15-0 against a powerhouse like the Eagles?
I'm going to say something. In a matter of 10 days, the Eagles face the Dallas Cowboys, the Kansas City Chiefs,
which y'all
and
beat,
the Buffalo Bills, and won all those games, and all 3 of those games were in the rain. And they came back from deficits and everything. So, that takes a lot. And then the OT game for the Bills, that takes a lot out of you and everything. A lot of guys playing like over 90 snaps and everything. By San Fran, only played once in 10 days. That was the Eagles. So, of course, that defense was gassed in the middle of the second quarter, but I'm not using that as an excuse, because here's the thing. We Eagles, we take it on the chin, we move on, we learn from it, and we whoop your ass later on in the year and prove a point.
I didn't think the Dallas Cowboys were going to be hot on the heels of the Eagles, Drew, but this game actually means something. It means a lot.
It's like this, Dave. Eagles win this game, they win the division. They win both games against Cowboys. There's no coming back. They win the division. They lose, the Cowboys have a chance to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't win, they have no chance.
This would essentially put you guys, both at 10-3. Should the Cowboys continue their hot at-home winning streak, you guys will be both 10-3. But then it goes to what? It goes to the stats of who played the better teams, right?
Here's the thing. Goes to division record, we're tied down, and then it goes to conference record. We're in the league. We have a better conference record than the Cowboys.
You've beat the Giants and the Commanders.
Yeah, we haven't
with
beaten the
more
Giants
points.
yet, but we haven't
Okay.
beaten the Giants yet. That's why they said the division record won't play a role yet, but it will be the Eagles get the tiebreaker and everything. But I look at it like this. I'm going to break down a little bit of that game. Yeah, they were gassed in the middle of the second quarter, that defense and everything. But I'm going to you got to look at it like this. It was terrible play calling on both sides of the field. They refused to go run the ball. When they don't get it first time, they don't commit to running the ball. I'm sorry, you got to run the ball to have success in this league. To set up your offense the way it is, you got to run the ball. Anything doesn't matter if it doesn't work or not. You got to let them know that you're not getting laid off because you really went one dimensional. You really went there. That's part of the reason why the Eagles lost. And the other thing is bad defensive play calling. You actually did not put your guys in the right positions to make plays. You did not make your corners play physical with these receivers. And the thing about it is, you put the linebacker position, you compromise that position because the thing about it is, most of those passing yards were in the middle of the field, where the linebackers were supposed to be. And then when they weren't, since you wasn't going to let your corners challenge these receivers, they run screen passes and everything. I look at it like this. I'm going to tell you guys some stats real quick of the Eagles' defense right now in this season. I don't know how the fuck this is, but I'm going to say right now. The Eagles were 13th overall a couple weeks ago in total defense. They are now the 22nd defense in the NFL, giving up 350 yards a game with 36 touchdowns given up. Now,
You had a hard time containing McCaffrey.
and here's the thing. That's because bad play calling. It's like the Eagles are the 29th ranked pass defense, giving up 260 yards a game and giving up 27 passing touchdowns. Now, be honest, I don't know how the fuck they're still this ranked in rushing defense. Because the last 4 weeks, they gave up an average of 163 yards a game. They are currently the number four ranked defense in rushing, giving up 90 yards a game, rushing touchdowns 7. Now, here's a couple other stats I'm going to show you guys. The Eagles are 24th in scoring defense. They give up 24 points a game. Red zone defense. God damn. Let's go to the red zone defense. They're 29th in the league in red zone defense. 68.3% red zone defense. Third down defense, the Eagles are dead fucking last, giving up 47.3% on third down. The two best stats on this Eagles defense, they're 12th in sacks and they're 4th in rushing. When they were the number one ranked pass defense last year, and they went and their pass defense is 29th. That is 3 from the worst in the league. And I said it. Neither coordinator adjusted. But for some reason, the Eagles' offense is ranked in the top 5 in almost every category. But they need to win the ball. And Coach Siciliani says, we're going to make a commitment to winning the ball a lot more. You got to. Because in the 2 losses this year, they ran the ball 18 times and 22 times.
Not enough.
They had a season low of 46 yards rushing against the Niners. Now, they just signed that all-pro linebacker, Shaq Leonard. If you're going to fix this defense, if you're going to play a dime defense or a nickel defense, you get an extra DB on the field. Why is that DB not lined up as in the linebacker position to protect protect that middle of the field. And here's the thing, it's like this. It's like this. Instead of like trying to adjust and anything, oh, we're gonna try to stop the run. We're gonna rush 5. What happened? You rush 5. We're gonna pass the ball. Right? Oh, I'm gonna defend the pass. Oh, you rush 4. I'm gonna pass the fucking ball on you, and everything. It was going back and forth, and like you were falling, and then he was falling into every fucking trap. I understand there were times, but I'm gonna be honest with you right now. That's like some positive things to look at. That they played 3 games in 10 days against 3 of the top teams in the league and beat them. And it's not a shame to to lose right now because you still beating good teams. And I think this wasn't like you guys didn't play your best football and everything. But I look at it like this: the refs were bad in some calls, like when they did the touch push the first time. The referee was right there. Chase Young literally grabbed Jalen Hurts from the horse collar and flew him down. That wasn't called. Pass interference wasn't called multiple times. Fucking holding on the one Debo touchdown wasn't even called. Even Greg Olsen said that's a holding on Blankenship and everything. But I look at it like this. We hit that on the chin, and like the way the Niners were talking shit all week, and Debo was talking shit, it was like that was the fucking Super Bowl and everything. And that's not a good way how to look at it if I'm the Niners. You guys talk the shit. They talk shit the whole week. Eagles just, that's the business, and it says, hey, we get you on the chin. We'll see him again.
Yeah, no, we'll see you again. And speaking of potential Super Bowl matchups, the 49ers on their schedule have one of the best AFC teams. If it's not the best AFC team, it's the Baltimore Ravens. Right before the year ends, we could have a potential Super Bowl showdown. I'm presuming the 49ers win the NFC Championship, but that in itself is obviously going to be the hardest test the 49ers will face, and potentially could be a preview of the Super Bowl that's going to be right here in my new home city of Las Vegas. Drew, what are you guys going to do? What are the Eagles going to do to break Prescott's lucky streak at the Dallas Cowboys? And we got Ruli Ramundo saying Eagles better best them damn Cowgirls. And shout out to everybody joining us. Hit that like button, guys. You know it's going to help us out. Hit that like button if you're lurking.
They had a team meeting, a players-only meeting, and everything. I think the Eagles are pissed, but they needed a kick in the ass because the way they were getting by in games and everything, the way they were playing, they needed this type of loss to happen. The great teams come back from this, and be honest, I think they may go into Dallas and beat them. And if we can see a little bit, it's not going to be an overnight thing with this defense being improved. This defense may start have a little improvement going forward and everything. The playoffs is a different season and every people can think, Niners are the hot team and everything. But like if I'm a Niners fan, I'm really worried about how they handle this victory against the Eagles, because it made a lot of people think that they were waiting for this game like it was their Super Bowl.
All right, speaking of the 49ers, we'll be playing the Seahawks, their division rivals. And I hear you, Drew. When you have that much confidence riding into a game where your division rival isn't playing so well anymore, and the Seahawks and their coach have a long history of beating the 49ers. We cannot underestimate the Seahawks. They are essentially tied with the Rams for second place in our division. Not that I think they're going to catch up, but never take a team like that lightly, especially as we approach the end of the season. There's some other big news. Monday night on the Shoe Shine, I thank you for joining us on Tail Media. Shout out to my boys on Tail Media. Monday night on the Shoe Shine, my homeboy Johnny Savage's Jaguars were playing, and the Jaguars think they're such hot shit, and so does their damn fan base. And wouldn't you know it, there was no lady luck for the Jaguars, who lost in overtime, but more importantly, their star quarterback is hurt, and he's hurt pretty bad with a high ankle sprain. This could be a situation, Drew, where he's out. Trevor Lawrence is out for what, 2 weeks minimum? I'm thinking he's out 2 games.
Well, it's not season ending. That's what they said. But Christian Clark's out too, the star receiver. So
right, their star receiver is out, and wouldn't you know it, Johnny, says he can't stand the 49ers and even calls them so much as disparaging comments as choke friend. Johnny, your only hope now is that CJ Beathard, whatever, however you pronounce his name, our former 49ers third-string quarterback, who actually played all right when given the ball for the 49ers, he's in control of your team and your team's destiny. And it's a big deal for the AFC South Conference because they lose these next 2 games, Drew, and CJ Stroud and the Texans could potentially take control of the AFC South.
But they're only 1 game back now.
They only 1 game back, and their rookie quarterback is in fantastic shape. Of course, anything can happen, but this is a big game for them on Sunday as well. So you want to get right into our picks now, or you want to do your power rankings, Drew? Let me know what you think your top 5 teams are right now.
Here's the thing. I'm not like any other fan that's going to put his team as number 1, not that biased like that. Like, I'm not a team I hate this team and everything, unlike other sports shows and everything, because I watched some last year and everything, and me and Dave know the one and everything, because they always hate on the Eagles and everything. He even had a Niners fan when we beat him in the NFC title game saying that, they try to hurt Brock Purdy on purpose. Shut up, dude. And everything. But I lost credibility for those guys. But let's put it this. Number 5. Oh, man. Number 5.
Or you can go 1 through 5 if it's easier.
And I'm gonna be honest. I can't put the Cowboys as number 5. I can't put the Cowboys in the top 5. I can't. They have to beat someone legit.
Well, shit, they're gonna have an opportunity this week.
You're gonna have an opportunity to, but you know what? I'm gonna pick number 5. I'm gonna pick the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
At number 5. As a matter of fact, I'm not picking Detroit Lions. Detroit's number 6. Number 5 is the Houston Texans.
Interesting pick.
To me, the Houston Texans are a top 5 team in the NFL as of right now in my power rankings. Number 4. Number 4. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I like that.
Number 3, I got the Baltimore Ravens. Number 2, I got the Eagles, and number 1, I got the Niners.
Oh, I can't believe what I heard.
Because I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not biased.
Okay. Well,
and the defense is struggling.
Yeah.
And everything. And I think it starts to revive itself this weekend against the Cowboys and everything.
It'd be a strong statement to the rest of the league if they can end Dak Prescott's lucky winning streak at home at America's team's beautiful stadium in Dallas or outside of Dallas. It would be very impressive. All right, I'm going to let you guys know. My number 1 is obviously the San Francisco 49ers. It's overwhelming that all the sports writers are naming the San Francisco 49ers number 1. I still have Philly Eagles as number 2 this week. Number 3, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 4, Kansas City Chiefs. I think that you can never count out Mahomes. I still have scars of what he did to the San Francisco 49ers in that NFL Super Bowl. And number 5, I have the Dolphins. I do like the Dolphins. I do like what they're doing. Houston Texans are definitely up there, Drew. They're in my top 10. I've got Detroit coming in at number 6. And I think I have the Texans ahead of Jacksonville Jaguars at this point. I think I would rank them ahead. I think they're on a hot streak.
Guys, gotta look at it like this. Jacksonville's offense isn't automatic as people thought they would be with the weapons they got, and their pass defense is ranked 26 in the league. They do got good. They do lead the league in takeaways, but you can still score on them and get yardage on them.
All right,
So
let's get into our picks of the week, guys. And by the way, at 8:30, we're gonna be wrapping up the show because I set a premiere. You guys know I'm trying to incorporate some vlogging into my channel, and I want to show you guys what it's like for me living here now in Las Vegas. And so the premiere is set at 8:30. So whatever Drew and I do, we got to end this show at 8:28 at the latest, 8:29 maybe, or it might interfere. So stay tuned for that on the channel. Give it a shot. You might like what you see. That being said, let's get into Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. Drew, I can't stand how lousy the New England Patriots are, but this is a cold weather game, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're kind of a mediocre team that probably most likely are going to find themselves in a wild card situation. They are favored by 6 points. Anything New England Patriots can show us tomorrow, they predict. This is really it's kind of sad. The over is only 30 points. The over-under is only 30 points. This could be the most boringest, low-scoring game, and that's exactly how these sports books have it predicted for tomorrow, that this game will be a complete bore fest on Thursday night.
you know what? They killed my parlay to pit the Steelers. They killed my fucking parlay, these son of a bitches.
You think Patriots can upset them tomorrow?
No.
No, they're just that bad. It's a rebuild team. They are amongst the top 3 worst teams in the nation. Drew and I are on the same page. Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think these are the last games of the Bill Belichick era.
Yeah, and the Steelers are favored by just 6, 2 field goals, but I think they easily score a touchdown or potentially. I don't think it'll be as low scoring. This is a pretty good game. If you a pretty good bet. If you think it's over 30 points, that pays all right. That pays not too bad. Or you can just go for the spread. I think Pittsburgh Steelers cover the spread tomorrow.
I wouldn't even go for the spread in this. I think it's going to be a 3-point game.
Just 3 points?
Yeah.
Well, then you might want to take the New England Patriots plus 6. All right, well, Sunday morning, here we go. The LA Rams versus the Baltimore Ravens. Are the Ravens really a powerhouse? Will they blow out this Western Conference team, Drew? They're only favored by a touchdown. Only favored by a touchdown.
I can see why, because the Ravens have dropped some to like Indianapolis, Browns, and everything. But I think Baltimore steamrolls through them.
Yeah,
I'll take the 7.
I'm taking the 7 on the Ravens. I think they cover that very easily. Sorry, Rams, and that'll put the Rams back, man. Even though they're 6-6, they're no slouches. They're playing 500 ball, but I think they're not going to be playing 500 ball after Sunday. That's for sure. This game I'm interested in just because I like watching C.J. Stroud, how he's progressing as a potentially Rookie of the Year, MVP of the Year for. Houston Texans versus the Jets, Drew. The Texans are, favored by 3.5 points.
I would take the Texans.
Easily, right?
I would take the money line with the Texans.
All right. I agree there, too. I'm sorry, like, if the more Drew and I agree, the more I'm wondering if the NFL is rigged. I get so many people in my DMs say, NFL is rigged. Why are you doing a tailgate show? It's rigged. It's not, guys. Come on now. With these crazy conspiracies. All right, Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears. Detroit Lions, Drew, they almost squeezed into your top 5, or they didn't?
They almost did and everything, but I'm the only reason why I'm not giving that because of the blowout loss to the Ravens, the loss at home to the Seahawks, and this loss to the Packers.
Well, the Chicago Bears just recently played them, and they don't play too bad. They played, even though they are capable of winning, they play their hearts out. They play it's like a strong B-side in a boxing match. The guy didn't come to fold. They come to fight every single round. They're not coming down to lay down or to lose. They're coming to fight. But it is a rematch, and I think the Detroit Lions just barely escape with that win. For some reason, Chicago plays a tough game. You know, these are a division. Are they in the same division, Drew?
Yeah, I'm picking
Detroit, Chicago. It's both cold weather teams, Midwest teams. Detroit Lions wins this game, and I think they cover by a touchdown. So we're going to go with that spread right there. Now, this Tampa Bay Buccaneers, oh, God. Everybody thinks this game will be close. Atlanta Falcons are pretty beat up right now, Drew. They've got a lot of injuries on their team, and they're only favored by 1 point.
I'm picking the Buccaneers.
Oh, shoot. Shout out to my boy Ryan who says he was lurking for a minute while I got some Roberto's tacos. I hope it's Roberto's tacos. Which one, man? Drop which location is your favorite? I like the one on Jones. For some reason, they make everything I like just the way I like it. And shout out to Roberto's Tacos on Jones. All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Drew. I'm picking Tampa Bay. They are not favored, but it's just a 1-point spread. At some point, Tampa Bay's got to win some close games. I think they're going to win this one. And who'd you have?
I had Tampa Bay win.
See, this is strange. This will put both teams at 6 and 7. And so it means something to the weakest NFC. The NFC South is by far the weakest division. So it means something to people down there. These teams will be both tied at first place, are you guys going to be tied? If Dallas wins, will you guys be tied? I forget.
Yeah.
So it means that game actually means something to the NFC South division and NFC East. Both very important games this weekend. Very, very important. All right, Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. Last week, our friend Fonzie here said that his girl thought Carolina Panthers were going to the Super Bowl. That was pretty funny. Carolina Panthers are not, they're the +5 to lose by +5. So New Orleans Saints is the favorite, Drew. Your thoughts here?
Just pick the Saints. Let's get it over with.
Just pick the Saints and get it over with. I'm picking the Saints too. All right, Indianapolis Colts versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This is an interesting game because the Bengals, they just pulled off a major upset, man. They just fought to the bitter end on Monday night. They're coming off a short week, but they got Flacco, a guy that's got a lot of experience, and they have they've got some good stuff going on.
That's the Browns.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Browns. Why am I thinking Bengals? Who's playing? I'm thinking Joe Burrow. I didn't get enough sleep. Who's the quarterback for Bengals right now? They lost Burrows, right?
Yeah, I forget who the backup is, but I'll be honest with you. I'm picking the Colts.
Colts are the favorite by 1 point. I don't even know who's playing on Cincinnati Bengals. All I know is the Cincinnati Bengals got over on the 49ers this year, and so did the Cleveland Browns. And I got them mixed up. Both Cleveland and Cincinnati, two Ohio teams. But Cleveland Browns are playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's a game that I've been giving a lot of thought about, Drew, because like I said, Beathard, a former 49ers third-string quarterback, has taken over the team for Jacksonville Jaguars. And you have Flacco for Cleveland Browns. And Cleveland Browns still has a very solid defense. That's how they got over the 49ers. They essentially stopped the run game.
Well, here's the thing. Where's the game at?
Good point. I'm not sure. Anybody know where the game is for the Jaguars this week? Jaguars.
You gotta look at it like this. They're a totally different defense when they're away.
Yeah, I'm picking Cleveland Browns. They are favored by 3.5 points.
But yeah, I am picking the Cleveland. Okay, they're home then. That means I'm picking Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay. So Cleveland Browns, and that's starting to put, like you said, we brought up the Houston Texans. They're hot on that. They're hot on the tail of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They could potentially, I think the Texans win. They'll be 8-5, and the Jaguars will be 8-5. Do the Colts win? They'd have a 3-way tie at 8-5. And
the thing about it is, the Browns are the number 1 ranked pass defense in the league, only giving up 147 yards a game through the air.
Wow.
Through passing yards.
Look at that, Johnny. The Jaguars were in first place, comfortable, and come Sunday, you might have a 3-way division tie in your division, AFC South. Man.
Yep, you got the Colts too. They're 1 game back. They're on a 5-game winning streak too.
All right, coming up Sunday at 1:00. Division rivals, bitter rivals, Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Never underestimate the Seahawks, but the bookmakers, they got San Francisco comfortable with 10.5 points. At this point in the season, Drew, with a really, really tough game like Baltimore Ravens coming up for the San Francisco 49ers, don't take this team lightly. And if you do build a comfortable lead, please just take Purdy out. Take Purdy out. Let the second string quarterback get some snaps in, because did you know that Jacksonville Jaguars, Drew, don't have a third string quarterback? Like, they were seriously wondering who on that team can still throw the ball, who actually is throwing the ball. That's not a good position to be in. So I'm thinking if the 49ers build a comfortable lead in the fourth quarter, please just take Purdy out, man. We got a lot of tough games coming up ahead. Are you comfortable with the 10.5? Do you think the 49ers beat them by that much?
Yeah,
that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. We have beaten them before, but let me know what you guys think. Shout out to everybody. My cousin is up in here, Sergio. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to D-Style Boxing. Tomorrow, an awesome 160th episode, I believe, of the Round Table. And yes, Ryan says, I'm looking for the Vikings. The Vikings are coming to town. My boy's speech, he's very excited. He's trying to get me on Saturday. Drew, first he asked me to the comedy club on Friday night at midnight, okay? Every time I go to that comedy show, it's a sold-out house at the South Point Casino. Every time I go, I get sick because they allow smoking, cigars, and it's not like I'm paranoid, but for some reason, every time I go to that comedy show, I get the fucking flu. And it's flu season. So I'm going to stay away from that. Then he goes, okay, come to me to the party on Saturday. Vikings party at a dive bar. I guess the Vikings have their own dive bar here in Vegas. It's exactly at the same time as the Devin Haney fight. So I have to pass on that one too, Speech. I'll see you. I'll see you in Vegas. Maybe we'll do lunch on Saturday, but I'm not going to a Vikings bar during the Devin Haney fight. I'm not missing the Devin Haney card. All right, Minnesota Vikings are coming to town. They will bring a lot of people, and the Raiders are not favored to win, Drew. The Vikings are favored by 3 points. Second time they've played them this year. You think at this point now the Raiders, under this circumstances, they've gotten rid of their head coach. They're kind of rebuilding. Do they get this one over the Vikings? Because the odds makers don't have it that way.
I think the Vikings win this.
Yeah. Man, it's going to be a close game. They think it's just 3 points, and I think that's very reasonable to believe that they just barely eke this one out. The over is 40 points. Either way, Vikings fans come to Las Vegas. It always seems to be kind of cool. I always see a lot of Vikings fans. They have a very passionate fan base. I'll say that much. So that being said, let's move on to the Buffalo Bills. Any Bills Mafia in the house? Please let it be known in the chat. I think D-Style says they're playing a tough rival in the Kansas City Chiefs, Drew, and people think this might be the right time for the Buffalo Bills to take a team that is slowly starting to fall apart in the Chiefs in Patrick Mahomes. And I think you guys kind of exposed them the other day, just a week or two ago. The Buffalo Bills got a chance because the odds makers think the Chiefs win this game by just 1 point.
This is must win for Buffalo, because they got a whole gauntlet they got to go through in order to make the playoffs. I don't think they win this game.
You don't think so?
I think the Buffalo Bills could potentially finish 8-9 this year.
Damn. This should be a fun game to watch. One that I'll probably turn on at 1 o'clock in between the 49ers, go back and forth and see how the Chiefs are doing, because I won't put it past Mahomes to find a way to get himself in the Super Bowl. But I'm interested in seeing if Patrick Mahomes and his team is falling apart. And if Buffalo Bills can take the Chiefs after also losing to the Philadelphia Eagles, then maybe I could be swayed. The Kansas City Chiefs aren't going to do so well and aren't going to beat the Ravens when they match up in the AFC playoffs. Okay, Sunday at 1:25 p.m., Denver Broncos versus the LA Chargers, formerly a San Diego team with trying to find their fan base, Drew. What are your thoughts on how Denver's been doing lately?
Denver's going to beat them.
We're talking about Denver fans. LA Chargers are favored by just 2.5 points. And I happen to agree with you, Drew. All of a sudden, Denver was on a hot streak for a minute. I think they get past the LA Chargers as well. So, and that's not the favorite. LA Chargers are favored by 2.5 points. All right, this brings us to, we just got a couple of games left here on Sunday's schedule. And then, of course, we'll run over Monday night football game here. Let's see. There's just 2 games I haven't mentioned. This is Sunday night, most important game of all, probably for Drew, of course. Obviously, I'm talking about 5:20 p.m. prime time, Philadelphia Eagles versus Dak Prescott's Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. I mentioned Dallas has a 14-0 win streak playing at home. There's a lot to overcome, Drew. Dallas Cowboys have found themselves to be the favorite by 3.5 points. Does Dak Prescott pull off another impressive win at home, or can the Eagles revive themselves?
I think the Eagles come back. I think this was a kick in the ass, and I think this is going to be the start of something, and you're going to see a totally different Eagles team. I'm picking the Eagles will win this game, but I think they win the game. You know what? I'm going to take that 3 points. And I'm going to predict me, and I'm going to say 34-31 Eagles.
31. Okay. We got somebody in here in the chat. Ruli says 31 Eagles, 28 Cowgirls. That's a very high scoring game on Sunday night. You know, I'm going to have to cook a really good meal. And speaking of meals, guys, I want you guys to tune in at 8:30. I got a vlog premiere about what I ordered and what I got to eat for the Ryan Garcia fight. That's coming up at 8:30. I got to be honest, Drew. I want the Eagles to win because as a San Francisco 49ers fan, we have a very long, bitter rivalry with the Cowboys. And I'm kind of hoping that we have this rematch that the 49ers and the Eagles run it back one more time in the NFC Championship game. So I'm actually pulling for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I find it really hard to imagine that Dak Prescott's lucky win streak of 14-0 doesn't make it to 15-0. I just have the way you guys have come very close games, sometimes in overtime. It's like every win, like you said, you guys found a way to win all these games, and that was great. But are the Eagles tired right now? Are they feeling a little beat up? Are the Cowboys in better shape?
They went through a bad game. They went through a very close game themselves. They gave up 35 points.
Well, there's no wager for me and Drew. We already made our wager. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna pay that bet on next Monday's Shoe Shine episode.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with my boy Scoop. You know, shout out to Scoop. His show's on tomorrow night. He breaks down football too, and I'll be watching that at 7:00 Eastern tomorrow.
And where's that at, Drew? Where's your friend's show?
I gotta get the channel name. He just lost his channel and he's getting it, and he got it back.
Okay.
Because YouTube took it down.
That's
so he's trying to get his sub count back up and everything. So I'm gonna get his channel name back and everything, get his sub count back. Yeah, like 1,200 subs.
Nice.
And everything. Unfortunately, they took it, but he's gonna start back tomorrow night, 7:00 Eastern, and I'm gonna go in there talk in chat, talk about football and everything. But look at it like this. I really think that this is going to be a totally different team, a more motivated one. I think the coaches, after seeing what happened, are going to finally start getting shit right because they're both in the hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
They both got to be on the hot seat. Even though I don't know how the fuck this is really true or not, but our offensive coordinators the name is coming up in head coaches vacancies. So I'm gonna be honest with you. Eagles win this game, they're probably gonna be the number 1 seed. Because I think the 49ers are losing to Baltimore. I really think they're gonna lose to Baltimore. So we'll see. Depending on what that game is, too. If that game's in Baltimore, I think.
Well, speaking of that, Sergio says if the Cowgirls win, and the Niners win, then the Niners get the number 1 seed, and the NFC title game will be in Santa Clara, California.
No, I'm gonna be honest. If they lose one more game, the Niners, Eagles, after this game, the Eagles got an easy road to the rest of the season.
Yeah,
you got Seattle. You got Seattle, Arizona, and the Giants twice.
I'm looking at Dallas Cowboys' schedule, Drew. They've got the Buffalo Bills. They're facing the Bills Mafia after you guys. Presuming they win, they go into Buffalo full of confidence. I
don't think they win. I don't think they win in Buffalo.
But here's the kicker. Dallas Cowboys play two of the best teams. They play the Dolphins in week 16, and they play the Detroit Lions in week 17. Two games I think they're going to come up short. They're losing those games, Drew, because every time the Cowboys play a better team, so far, every time the Cowboys play a better team, they fold. But they don't seem to fold when playing at home. That's the thing.
Be honest with you, Dave. I think they lose to the Eagles. I think they lose to the Bills. I think they lose to the Dolphins, and I think they lose to the Detroit.
Yeah, they definitely, I think, lose to the Dolphins and Detroit Lions at the very least. They could lose to you guys too.
I think they're going to finish 9-8.
Damn.
Because you're facing your rough patch at the end of the year. Yeah. I don't think they beat any of these teams. I don't think they beat any team. They're not beating Miami in Miami.
Well, I think they're going to get past the Washington Commanders as their last game.
That's good. That's why they're gonna be 9-8.
And Buffalo Bills. I think they definitely win those two games. You know, the verdict is out on Sunday. At the moment, I'm kind of convinced, and I can still be unconvinced by the end of the week that Dak Prescott comes out lucky. And I sure hope he doesn't. I sure hope he doesn't, though.
And here's the thing, Dave. The game's at Levi. Didn't the Niners lose 34-17 to the Bengals early in the year?
Yeah.
AFC North team?
Those are some tough games, Drew. Let's not. The Bengals and the Browns aren't scrubs, you know? They're just not scrubs. Really, Ramundo says, hey, 9-8, let's hope. I'm right here in the 702 UAE Sportsbook. We're in the 702, and Drew Evo is all the way coming from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
Like, they're telling me, the Dallas Cowboys going to clinch the 5th seed regardless. I'm like, I don't know. It depends. If one of these other teams could get hot and overtake the Cowboys in the wild card in the 5th seed.
And who do you think that would be?
The Dallas Cowboys in the 7th.
Who do you think could come on hot with a presumably weak schedule left in the wild card race? Who do you think it'd be, Drew?
Who has the week? Talking about week schedule? Who's going to benefit from it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Could be the Vikings. Could be the Vikings, you know?
After this game, the Eagles got an easy 4 games to go. The only hard game left is Seattle because it's in Seattle, but I think they win that game.
Y'all going to smoke Seattle.
And I don't think they're going to smoke Seattle. It depends here's the thing. It depends what team shows up in Dallas. If they show up all cylinders, then we can say they're gonna smoke Seattle in Seattle. But I think they smoked Arizona in Philly, and I think they smoked the Giants both times. I think that they're gonna this if we're gonna see an improvement, it's gotta start Sunday. And it's gotta build off each game on this defense and the offense. They gotta run the ball. They got to go back to running the ball, RPO game, win the time possession, get out early, and dominate some motherfuckers and hit them in the mouth and everything. Because I really look at it like this. That defense scheme, you can play it, but you gotta fucking blitz more. But you also gotta fucking have you gotta have that extra DB in a linebacker position to protect that middle.
So Drew, we both face Arizona Cardinals coming up at the end of the season. I just realized the Arizona Cardinals are playing week 15, so we should get past them. But then we have the real challenge, which is the Baltimore Ravens, potentially the AFC champions, and then we got kind of an easy game, Washington Commanders, and followed by the Los Angeles Rams week 18, which we should get past them. But the Rams, you know, we never underestimate these West Coast division rivals. Man, that's close. That is really close. My cousin seemed to think Niners will come out victorious with the first place seed.
I don't think so. I don't think. I look at it like this. If the Eagles win, not happening.
All right. Okay, well, we're almost done. We're almost done. Monday night, which is the night that Drew has to pay up his bet, 49ers versus Eagles bet that he took. He's got to sing nothing but high praises for Canelo Alvarez. Not 1 ounce of bad shit talking. You can't say nothing bad. You can only say nice things about Ryan Garcia.
Wow, Ryan Garcia.
You made the bet. You're the one that you suggested that one, which it's a lot better than taking a pie to the face for sure. But
I'm gonna be out. Ryan Garcia talks a really good game.
There you're practicing. All right, Monday night. Let's get to our Monday night game, which is what is the Monday night game? Where'd it go? Monday Night Football during the shoe shine. Okay, I'm way up ahead here. Who in the chat knows which game is Monday night? I lost my schedule here.
God damn.
This is considered dead air here. All right, let me go back. December. Oh, there's some Saturday games coming up ahead in the middle of December. That's crazy. All right, found Tennessee Titans versus Miami Dolphins, and they're favored by almost 2 touchdowns by -13. That's the spread, Drew.
There's 2 of them, Dave. There's 2 games on Monday night.
There's Green Bay Packers and New York Giants too?
Yeah.
Wow, at the same time. All right, yeah, Green Bay and the Giants and Tennessee Titans, Miami Dolphins. They're doing 2 games. Damn, which one are you going to watch before the shoe shine? Go back and forth. Green Bay Packers.
I want to watch Miami.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be interested in watching how Tua's going to do as the home stretch approaches. They're favored by 13 points.
I'll take that spread. I'll take Miami and the 13 points.
They actually think this game is going to be very high scoring. 46 points is the over or under. 46 points. Miami Dolphins, Tennessee Titans are kind of scrappy. They're kind of scrappy. I don't know if I necessarily think the Dolphins will beat them by 14. What do you think, Drew? You take that spread?
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
Shit, that's pretty hard. All right, I'll take them by 14. Yeah, we're gonna go with Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. What can we say about Jordan Love? He's favored to win this game. He is getting a lot better. We got any Green Bay Packer fans in here? Let's see. Ruli says Green Bay 35 to Midgets 13. Yeah, Jordan Love is one of these guys who is making a name for himself this season, and I think. That's what I was wondering, Drew. Does Green Bay Packers got a chance here in the wild card? Let's look at them.
Yes, I'd be honest with you. I won't be surprised they made it.
I'm going to be watching the Vikings and the Packers extensively in their hunt for the wild card race. Shout out to boy Sin City Syndicate. Hello. Oh, he's from the Fremont Rodeo Experience. You still downtown, homie? Yeah, remarkable performance by Jay Love. Jordan Love. So this Monday night, we got 2 football games. When they're done, make sure you guys come over to the shoe shine. We'll probably start as soon as both of those games are over. 7:30, 7:45. That's a wrap for today, Drew. I got a video premiere, guys, coming at 8:30. It's automatic. It's just how I spent my Saturday before the Ryan Garcia fight. Drew's team is in a hell of a fight against the Dallas Cowboys this week. 49ers are playing their division rivals in the Seahawks. Not too worried about that, Drew, but a lot on the line for you guys. First place is on the line. Your thoughts on the previous week 13 and your bold predictions going forward?
The Eagles will get this right, and they will be back to the team that everyone thought they were. I did film. I watched fucking film with somebody on the Eagles, for the Eagles, and looked at what went wrong and everything, and I broke it down. And so, these coordinators have to start calling games right, and start putting the players in the best position, and they got to start running the ball. And be honest, man. It's just there's certain things like teams that are like that we didn't think would be in it still, and they're in it. And those teams that we didn't think was going to be in at all, and they're in it. So I'm gonna have a good night tonight. I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna fucking watch some, football talk tomorrow night, and that's it. I might even watch some Phillies talk with some and everything. See what the Phillies are doing. So it's going to be, the owners' meetings just ended and everything, and spring training is about 3 or 4 months away.
Yeah. All right, guys, if you're into boxing, which I know half of you guys are, don't forget Monday night is the Shoe Shine. This weekend, I'm no longer living in the Bay Area. I miss the Bay Area. I know my wife misses the Bay Area too, but we're on to a new chapter in our life. And I'm very excited for Devin Haney to, what looks like he's sold out the home of the Golden State Warriors now, and 19,000 seats have been sold. It's going to be a big event. Looking forward to watching that, the Bay Area representing. And also tomorrow on YouTube, you can catch me on D-Style Boxing for the round table. I think it's the 160th episode starting at 4 o'clock. I should be on there later in the evening potentially, so make sure you guys check that out. And Drew will be paying up his bet next Monday, so make sure you tune into that on the Shoe Shine. He's got to pay up this 49ers Eagles bet. I'm Dave in the 702, Philly Irish Drew Evo. Peace out, homie. Peace out, everybody. Take care.